Hi, am I on the air?
Yep.
Fuck.
Thanks.
Do I have everybody's attention now? Do I have everybody's attention now?
Don, I got you.
Do I have everybody's
Sunday
attention
night.
now?
You put them cameras on me, then you must be willing to get that heart touch. This a must-see feeling. The news ain't good, then it must be villain. So I say a tag grounded, I don't trust these feelings. Spread across your nose, and I'm on your ear. Highest next on the cloud, hammer in the air. Sunday nights, prime time. I flex mine better. Voltron transform to DX Don Mega and off scene. You probably think I'm nice, cause I slow like a stream to your wireless device, and the smoke full of steam on any given night. How short like a piece of any given slice. And for the latest and what is best about I tune in and tune the rest out. Don, you gotta tell them, am I in the clear? Is this thing on? Am I on the air? On the air?
Hi, am I on the air?
What's good, everybody? Welcome to another brand new edition of Am I on the Air? I'm your host, Don Mega, and I welcome you to this show. It is January the 22nd. It is season 16, episode 3, and tonight's show is titled Hokey Pokey. That's right, because it ties in with one of my movie reviews. That's usually what does with each show's title. If you're joining us for the first time for Am I on the Air, welcome to the show. This is your one-stop shop in all the latest and greatest in entertainment news and reviews. We bring you everything that's going down in the world of TV and movies, and we throw in some reviews to go along with it. So we are broadcasting live here from the Red Dragons Radio Studios here in Tucson, Arizona, on this lovely Monday night. Like I said, January the 22nd. It's about 10 p.m. and we are smoothly going to get into this one here and bring you up to speed in the last 7 days worth of entertainment news. Got a couple reviews for you. Tonight we're going to non-spoiler, just to not scare off anybody, non-spoiler reviews for Den-of-Thieves. We're going to talk Mom and Dad. And I got a couple of little side reviews for you guys as well of some stuff I caught up with over the weekend. Now, speaking of reviews, I'm going to take a quick second once again to shout out my great affiliates over at Stardust. Now, remember, Stardust is an amazing app that if you're listening to this show, you love reviews, you love news, and, this is a place for fans to get on this app and contribute yourself, leave some reviews, or if you want, you can just follow some people like myself and listen to some reviews. They're 30-second mini reviews on TV shows, on movies, and it's a ton of fun, man. I love the Stardust app. If you follow me, you've seen, man, I had a lot of reviews up this week. We got some reviews out there for Black Lightning, the new Tomb Raider trailer, and of course all the movies I'm going to talk about today. So lots of great stuff. So, check it out, man. Download the app. It's available on iOS. It's available on Android. It is called Stardust, all one word. You can follow them on Twitter at Stardust_app as well. And when you download the app, make sure you follow me. I'm one of their verified users. Thank you so much, Stardust. You see the little badge next to my name there. It is my legit account. And you can follow me simply at Don Mega on the Stardust app. But I'm very active on there, and as soon as I watch a movie, I make sure to get up my Stardust right away. So definitely follow along on there and get my quick mini 30-second reactions to all your favorite TV shows and movies. All right, so with Stardust out the way, let's get into our reviews of the week. And I'm going to start off with Den-of-Thieves. Den-of-Thieves is this new heist film that just came out that when the trailer dropped, and this trailer I felt came out of nowhere a couple months ago. I mean, I remember being in the movie theater, and it's very rare for me, since, I talk about trailers every single week, that I go and sit down in a movie theater and a trailer plays and I'm like, what is this? And I'm very intrigued. And Den of Thieves was one of those trailers that just kind of came out. I remember this trailer, the original trailer for Den of Thieves, did not even hit online till weeks after I saw it in the movie theater. It was very, very odd, but you know what? It was a blast, because it just never happens anymore. But I was intrigued, man. I was sold by the trailer the second I saw it. And this movie finally dropped, and I was there day one, ready to rock. Gerard Butler, you got 50 Cent, you got Pablo Schreiber, you got O'Shea Jackson Jr., just a really cool ensemble piece. Basically, Pablo Schreiber heads up a unit that basically just wants to rob. They're great thieves. They always come up with really great schemes to pull off these great heists. And Gerard Butler heads up the task force, the Sheriff's Department task force that goes after these kinds of thieves. And but they kind of, Gerard Butler's crew kind of is outside of what normal cops do. They're willing to go above and beyond to catch their perps. And, so it becomes this big cat and mouse game. I really enjoyed this film. It runs a little bit too long. This movie is about 2.5 hours long, which is too long for it. And there's several moments in the film when I walked out that I said, that could have been cut, that could have been cut, that could have been cut. And it wouldn't have changed anything else in the film. But I'll tell you, man, I had a blast with this thing. It's pretty much a nonstop thrill ride from beginning to end. Always wondering what's going down. It's the type of movie that's going to have some twists and turns, but you're trying to figure it out, like, who's dirty, who's legit, what's going on, is somebody pulling, double duty here. You're trying the whole movie to kind of figure it all out. And at the end, I'll tell you, man, I was pleasantly surprised. I was like, okay, I didn't really see that coming. And I'll tell you from an acting standpoint, Gerard Butler, I really like this dude. I mean, I've been a fan, obviously, since 300. And, but he does a lot of crappy movies. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. We just saw him a couple months ago in Geostorm. That thing was a piece of shit. But he pops up in some just, movie, Gods of Egypt last year, things like that. But the dude is a great actor. And when he gets a good piece of material to bite on, he really runs with it. And I'll tell you, he did it with this film. It looked like Gerard Butler was having the most fun he's had in years. He really sold this character to me. He was having a blast. The way he came off on screen was badass, but also vulnerable. I just really dug what he did in this movie. And I'll tell you, man, nothing tops for me. I'm going to shout out Law Abiding Citizen. If you haven't seen that movie, man, check that one out. That is a classic Gerard Butler 5-star movie, man, with him and Jamie Foxx. That is Gerard Butler at his peak. I love me some Law Abiding Citizen. But this movie, like I said, it looked like he was having a blast doing it, and I felt it, and it was awesome. Pablo Schreiber. This dude steals the show on the opposite side of Gerard Butler. I mean, just so great. Just, this dude could be really funny and nerdy, but then he's also so badass and so serious at times. And, and a lot of people don't know. I mean, this is Liev Schreiber's brother. And, there's some Ray Donovan shit up in here. Now, Pablo's really great. He's been on Orange is the New Black. He had an HBO show a couple years ago with Jack Black that he was really cool in. He's actually currently on American Gods over on the Stars channel. He plays the Leprechaun. And you wouldn't even recognize him, man. The dude really is kind of a chameleon to an extent. But he's great in this film. 50 Cent, I will say they kind of weigh heavy on him in the marketing and stuff, but he's not really in it all that much. He doesn't do very much in the film. But then you have O'Shea Jackson Jr., who of course is Ice Cube's son, and we were waiting to see, like, what can this kid do on his own? We've only really seen him in Straight Outta Compton, which he was playing his dad, so pretty easy to do probably, but I'll tell you, he was excellent in this. The dude's got some chops, and I'm looking very forward to his future in the business. So really some standout action stuff in here. Some good comedy actually moments in it as well. Like I said, the heist stuff was excellent. It's just a really fun ride. I really did have a blast with this one. So Den of Thieves, I would recommend. I gave Den of Thieves 4 out of 5 stars. Really, really enjoyed it. I just wish it was a little bit shorter. If it was right around that 2-hour mark, I think this could have been a 5-star film. So I'm going to leave it at 4 for now. 4 out of 5 for Den of Thieves. Now, the other film I saw that I'm going to review is Mom and Dad. Now, a lot of people will probably even be going, what the hell is Mom and Dad? This movie got a very limited release this past weekend. Unfortunately for me, it was not playing anywhere around me, which sucks because I really wanted to go to the theater and see this one. But I heard about this movie several months ago on the basically on the film festival circuit. And I started hearing about this crazy batshit movie called Mom and Dad, starring Nicolas Cage and Selma Blair. Now, I know a lot of you are going to be going, oh, Nicolas Cage. I know he's king of DVD and all that kind of stuff right now. And even this movie to an extent. Like I said, it was limited release in the theaters, but also it's one of those same day, VOD movies that same day as theaters. So I was able to check this one out, and I'll tell you, I had a blast with it. It is a batshit crazy movie. It's super short. It literally is like an hour and 20 minutes, so it flies by. But long story short, in this film, something crazy happens in this town, and for whatever reason, they do try to explain it. Something happens. It triggers in parents' heads to want to kill their children. Yes, you heard me right. Parents want to kill their children, and they won't stop until they've killed them. Now, it's funny because they have no interest in other people. So, if Nicolas Cage was my dad, he'd only be trying to kill me, and you could walk in the room and he probably wouldn't even pay you any mind unless you got involved. But, they just go crazy and want to kill their children. And there's some really crazy effed up stuff in this movie. What I loved about it was Nicolas Cage. I mean, Nicolas Cage gets to go full on Nick Cage in this movie. What I like to call get in the cage. Why am I in this movie? Moment, get in the cage style, where he just gets to go fucking batshit crazy, and I love it. Tonight's episode title is Hokey Pokey, and that's because there's a scene in this movie where he's bashing in something, and he's screaming the Hokey Pokey song. Literally, you put your right foot in, you put your right foot out, you stick your right arm in, you do the Hokey Pokey. And he's screaming the song, and I will never think of the Hokey Pokey song again the same way after watching Mom and Dad. It's a fun little movie. It's directed by one of the directors of the Crank films. Remember those? There was Crank 1 and Crank 2 with Jason Statham. The director made this. It was a big midnight film festival winner over the past couple months, and I'll recommend it, man. If you don't mind some blood and some, I'm not going to say it's uber graphic, but I mean, it is rated R style. If you want to see a good semi-horror thriller with a crazy premise, like parents wanting to kill their children, then I highly recommend you see Mom and Dad. I thought Selma Blair was great in it as well, so they do a great job as husband and wife trying to kill their lovely children. So I would give Mom and Dad 4 out of 5 stars also, just for the pure craziness of it all. Overall, it's pretty much a 3-star film. I'm not going to go too crazy about it, but I had a fun blast with it. I actually bought it on Vudu right after for $10. So, just to let you know, it is available. But yeah, check this one out if you'd like a good, just fun time, especially at home. Get a couple friends over and pop on Mom and Dad. They'll be like, what are we watching? And you'll say, oh, it's a surprise. Just wait and see. And surprise the shit out of them with this crazy-ass movie. All right, on top of that, I was able to check out a couple little bonus films over the weekend as well. I did catch up with I-Tonya. Of course, that one is blowing up right now with all the awards nominations that are going on, the awards ceremonies that have gone on. I mean, Allison Janney seems to win an award at every single one of these right now for her supporting actress for this movie, playing Tonya Harding's mom. I think Margot Robbie was absolutely fantastic as Tonya Harding in this. Sebastian Stan, the Winter Soldier himself, was great in this film as well. Very, very good acting. I like the way the story was told. They did this really cool thing where they're reenacting a scene, but then they would like turn to the camera and kind of talk to it in the middle of the scene, which I thought was very trippy. but I kind of dug it at the same time. These true stories are always very, very interesting, and I thought the trailer was really cool, but I was more intrigued just as all the awards talk started to kind of kick up for this one. And I can see why. Like I said, the acting is phenomenal. I thought the story was told well, and it was a fun movie pretty much from start to finish, and told the really weird story of Tonya Harding and everything that she's gone through. I would recommend this one. If you watch the trailer and you think it looks interesting, definitely give it a watch. It's worth it. I had a good time with it. If I had to put this one on the star scale, I would give it 3 out of 5 stars. I mean, possibly. I hate to give it 4 just because I would never probably sit down and watch it again, and I feel like 4-star movies I kind of need to. It probably deserves a 4 just from an acting standpoint and a story standpoint, but for me overall, I would probably just go with a 3. And then the other movie I caught up with was a fun little horror movie that came out over the summer, although I was hoping it'd be a fun little horror movie, and it's called Wish Upon. Wish Upon came out, I believe, back in July, and it was about this girl who gets this little wish box, and she can get up to 7 wishes with it, but you know what, in typical horror fashion, no wish is given without some kind of consequence, and the box needs a needs a blood sacrifice, so to speak, to make the wishes go true. And unfortunately, things start going well for our main character, but at the same time, people are dying because we need blood sacrifices. I'll tell you, man, when this one came out, I thought it actually was a cool concept, and I thought the trailer was pretty cool. But everyone seemed to hate this, man. The reviews were horrible, and I just didn't end up seeing it. Now I see why. I did not like this film at all. It was boring as shit. I even watched the unrated director's cut, and it still was just blah. If I had to rate this one, I would give this a 1 out of 5 stars. Wish Upon did nothing for me. And I love a cheesy, good horror movie, but this one just, yeah. I see why everyone hated on this one. So, yeah, I would give it a 1 star, if that. So, there you go. There's some reviews for you to kind of chomp on from a movie standpoint. Den-of-Thieves, 4 out of 5. Mom and Dad, 4 out of 5. i-tonya, 3 out of 5. And Wish Upon, 1 out of 5. All right. So, there you go. And we'll switch gears on over now, and let's get through the news of the last week. All right. Up first, James Gunn says that Yondu will not be back for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. He says, nope, he's not bringing him back. He's not going to put in any kind of time change thing to bring him back. He says, no, it was a very big moment for Chapter 2, and they don't want to sour it by bringing him back in some way in the 3rd movie. So he says he is dead and not coming back. Doug Liman says that Edge of Tomorrow 2 is getting closer, and it could be his very next film. It's about damn time, Doug. Let's get going on Edge of Tomorrow 2, or Live, Die, Repeat, and Repeat, whatever you want to call it today. Creed 2 is starting to shape up, as, they need to get going because the movie comes out later this year. They've cast a real-life Romanian boxer to be playing Ivan Drago's son in Creed 2. We've known for a while now that the movie is going to focus on Ivan Drago's son. Ivan Drago, of course, was the villain boxer played by Dolph Lundgren in Rocky IV. So they have brought in Romanian boxer Florian Montanu, also known as Big Nasty, and he's going to be playing Ivan Drago's son in Creed 2. So I don't know nothing about this guy, don't follow boxing, but from the picture of him, this dude is a beast, and I cannot see Michael B. Jordan beating this guy. But hey, it's movies, so what do you say? What do you say there, eh? We have the first trailer for Don't Worry, He Won't Get Far on Foot, starring Joaquin Phoenix, along with Jonah Hill and Rooney Mara and Jack Black. This trailer I thought was pretty damn blah. It looked like a boring ass movie. I am not on board with this one. Prince's Estate announces that a big screen concert featuring unreleased material will be coming out soon. Andrew Lincoln says that this season of The Walking Dead is going to be entering uncharted waters. They're going to be trying out some new stuff, so that sounds interesting. Doug Liman, we're going back to him now. I know we just said he's looking forward to doing Edge of Tomorrow too. Well, he's also saying he's open to working on DC's Justice League Dark again. Now, Doug was previously a director for this movie, and then he left the project. Now he's saying he wants to come back? Come on, Doug. You need to make up your damn mind, buddy. Right now, it looks like Justice League Dark could be put on the side shelf as DC's kind of restructuring all the films they want to put their priority on, and I don't think Justice League Dark is one of them. But it's good to know Doug wants to come back, but if I was DC, it's kind of like bringing back an X. Like, do you really want to waste the time on it? Probably not. The script for the Enchanted sequel, Disenchanted, is nearly finished, as they're getting ready to put the final touches on that. Fantastic Beasts sequel news. All 5 movies are going to be set in different cities, so it's going to be globe-trotting. Yay for them. Trevor Jackson and Jason Mitchell have been cast in the lead roles in the upcoming Superfly remake that's going to be coming from Sony Pictures. We have your first look picture at Ant-Man and the Wasp. You can kind of check out and see their full-blown costumes here. The movie comes out July 6th. I'm looking very forward to that. Hopefully we'll get a sequel here soon. Chris Hemsworth says that he is contractually done with Thor after Avengers 4. But he says, hey, I'm totally up to coming back. I'm re-energized. I'm feel revived on it, and I would love to keep doing it. So even though his contract's done after the 4th Avengers film, he says he will be back if they want him. Stranger Things and its star Finn Wolfhard has joined the Goldfinch, so he's going to be a part of that feature adaptation. Ben Affleck's final portrayal of Batman is now being rumored to be in Suicide Squad 2 rather than Flashpoint. Now, we once again don't know what the hell is going on with Ben Affleck or his portrayal as Batman. I really wish we would get some kind of solid confirmation here, as I feel like every week on this show I'm constantly reporting different news with him. Last we had heard he's got one more movie on his contract. He was going to do the Flashpoint film. Now they're saying it might be Suicide Squad 2. That way you could have him going after the Joker, and we can get a little bit of, Batman and Joker going here. Who knows what's going to happen? Really, that's the latest rumor going on, is Suicide Squad 2 instead. It might have been revealed that a villain in the new Tom Hardy Venom movie is actually Carnage. If that's the case, I would love it. Carnage is somebody I've been wanting to see on screen my whole damn life, man. I love Carnage. Tom Hardy put up a picture on Instagram. It was like an artist drawing of him with a picture of the Venom kind of face coming out of him. But behind him, kind of hovering, was a drawing of Carnage. Really cool picture. It was only up for a very short time, and then he had to pull it down. So a couple different things out of this. It could have been he had to pull it down because it was confusing people and making people think, oh my god, is Carnage in this film? And he's not. So they're like, Tom, take this shit down. Or he posted it and it spoiled something they were trying to keep a secret, and now they're pissed at Tom and they're like, why did you put that picture up? Everybody knows about Carnage now. So who knows what they're going to do. Carnage is not confirmed by the movie studio in any sort of way. This is just what the picture kind of disclosed. So fingers crossed we get Carnage in the upcoming movie. We have Everything Wrong with Girls Trip in 15 minutes or less. We got the Honest trailer for It, which is just fantastic as always. We have the second trailer for Love, Simon. Definitely check that one out. It looks like a very cute movie there, about coming out and everything in high school. Serious stuff. Let's see here. Jean-Claude Van Damme and Dolph Lundgren are set to star in a new movie together called Black Water. So that's cool. I think these two have great chemistry, and I love whenever they pair up. Universal Soldier is one of my favorite movies of all time. Fox has ordered a second season of 911. This is the new series by Ryan Murphy. Now, I'm interested in this show. I actually have all the episodes on my Hulu ready to go. Just haven't had any time to jump into it yet. But definitely looking forward to checking out 911. And good to see its success already. After just like 3 episodes, they've already renewed it. It looks like we finally have our directors for the Flashpoint movie. Flashpoint's something that's been in the works for a long time, and now it looks like the directing team of John Francis Daley and Jonathan Goldstein are going to direct Flashpoint. Now, it sounds to me like they're still in negotiations, but like final negotiations, so they're pretty much the way there, although the studio hasn't officially kind of confirmed it yet. It looks like this is the direction they're going. Now, a lot of people have been kind of soured on this just because they're like, oh, these are the guys that directed the Vacation reboot a couple years ago. I don't know why everybody hates on that damn movie, because I thought that movie was fucking hilarious. I love the Vacation reboot. I laughed my ass off at it. So did my wife, and so did the whole theater I was watching it with. So I don't know why everybody's so sour on that damn movie. They also directed the upcoming Game Night, which comes out in March, and I think that looks really, really good as well. So looking forward to that. And these guys wrote Spider-Man Homecoming. So, you know, it's funny because everybody that's talking shit about them seems to leave Spider-Man Homecoming off the table when they talk about what they're, you know, credited for. So, you know, I think these guys deserve a chance. The Russo brothers, who directed Winter Soldier and Civil War and now the next two Avengers movies, those dudes had only directed You, Me, and Dupree. That movie fucking sucked. So if I was going off of that, I'd be like, oh, hell no, man. Why are these guys directing Marvel when their movie sucks? So, you know, they need to calm down, pump the brakes, because we've seen this happen before. They obviously went into DC. They probably had some great ideas. They obviously have a great sense of humor, and that's what Flash needs. So I'm down for this, man. I just wish people would give it a chance before they just sour immediately on it. So congratulations to John Francis Daley and Jonathan Goldstein, as it looks like they will be directing Flashpoint. Scoot McNairy has joined True Detective Season 3. Jackie Harry from Sista Sista has said that it looks like a series revival is happening. Yes, they're talking to them about doing another revival. This time it's Sista Sista. HBO and Apple are in a bidding war for J.J. Abrams' new scripted sci-fi TV series. Hopefully HBO wins that one, because I don't want Apple to win shit. I don't want Apple to win shit. Let's see here. Let's talk a little Black Lightning, man. Black Lightning debuted last week, the latest CW superhero show. I loved it. Plain and simple, I loved it. Now, originally I was a little bummed because they were talking about how Black Lightning was not going to be a part of the Arrowverse. It was, you know, it's not set in that same world, and I was like, man, that's stupid. What a waste. And then I watched the pilot, and I was like, hey, I see that this is not in the Arrowverse, and I kind of dig it. This show is more serious. The violence is turned up. When people get shot, you see blood squirt out. Things you don't see in the other Arrowverse shows. You know, I'm sure down the road, if they wanted to, they can find a way to bring him into the world, just like how they do with Supergirl. But I like that this is its own thing. I got a lot of Luke Cage vibes from when I watched that over the summer on Netflix. The show's off to a great bang, an amazing season premiere. And I can't wait to see what the second episode brings tomorrow night. So definitely check out Black Lightning. If you've been on the hook for that one, check it out. Last week was also the season finale of X-Men's The Gifted over on Fox. And that show is just simply fantastic itself too. My favorite new show of the year. I love Gifted. And if you haven't checked that one out yet, please do so. It is worth your time. If you're any sort of an X-Men fan, you'll pick up on the Easter eggs. You'll find some really cool shit about it. And the season finale was really, really good and set up some great stuff for some season 2. So definitely check out The Gifted if you haven't. Oh, excuse me. The Tick has been renewed for season 2 over on Amazon. So congratulations to The Tick. Mary Elizabeth Winstead has joined Will Smith in his new upcoming film, Gemini Man. I feel like we've been talking about Gemini Man for a long time. They need to start filming this damn thing already. The Shannara Chronicles has been canceled over on MTV, but we're being told it's being shopped around to other networks so they could bring it back for a season 3. Jessica Chastain and Octavia Spencer are going to reunite for a new Universal Christmas comedy, a new road trip film with those two. We have the first trailer for the new Suicide Squad animated film. It's called Hell to Pay. It's going to be a new R-rated animated film coming out from DC. Rumor mill has it that Tom Hardy and his Spider-Man could be appearing in Tom Hardy's Venom after all. A big report broke last week saying a little birdie told us that Tom Holland was on set for a couple days and he filmed a little something. Some sources say that he just filmed a cameo as Peter Parker and that he's not going to actually be Spider-Man in the film. He just did a quick Peter Parker cameo. Hey, that's cool too. It's just the point of it is to show that it exists in the same universe. Maybe Peter gets the black suit or this brings home the symbiote from Infinity War, and maybe, the Venom movie starts off with Peter and the symbiote kind of, leaving him and finding his way to Eddie Brock. Who knows? It's all speculation at this point, but that is the rumor that Tom Hardy will have a cameo at least in the Venom movie, so I like that a lot. Rupert Friend from Showtime's Homeland, he's joined CBS's new all-access series called Strange Angel, which is based on the book of the same name. Kristen Wiig is set to lead Apple's first comedy series. It's going to be a 10-episode comedy series produced by and starring Kristen Wiig. So congratulations to Apple, who won out on that one. The new Fire and Fury book, that of course is inside the Trump White House, is being turned into a television series. How are we going to do that? I have no idea, but they're moving forward with it. All-American Murder, the Aaron Hernandez story, is being adapted into a movie as well, so that'll be coming to the big screen. Skylar Astin is going to be doing the voice for Branch in the new Trolls animated series that's coming to Netflix. So look for that. It's called Trolls The Beat Goes On. Coming to Netflix here, I believe, within the next couple weeks. So very cool there. Lego Incredibles and Lego DC Villains are reportedly in development over at the Lego. Rock icon Nancy Wilson has been named executive music producer for the new Johnny Depp produced series called Muscle Shoals. The Boys, yes, remember The Boys is coming to Amazon. This is another comic book adaptation that's coming out, and I'm looking forward to this because Amazon's going to let it be the hardcore comic that it needs to be. But they've just added some really cool people to this to start rounding out that cast, and let's start running it down. Up first is Anthony Starr, which I'm the most excited about because this is my boy Lucas Hood from my favorite show Banshee. Yes, Banshee went off the air last year and I've been missing it ever since, and Anthony Starr is incredible, and I've been waiting to see what is the next project this dude is going to pick, and he has signed on to The Boys. Dominique McElligott is going to be joining it. Chase Crawford, Jesse T. Usher, and Nathan Mitchell are all set to join Aaron Moriarty in the upcoming series, The Boys. In addition to Moriarty's Starlight, Anthony Starr will be playing Homelander, which is the leader of the superhero team, the Seven. McElligott will play Queen Maeve. Usher will play A-Train. Crawford will play the Deep, all part of the Seven. Mitchell will play Black Noir, who is also a masked superhero. So yeah, like I said, The Boys is going to premiere on Amazon with an 8-episode first season that will be launching in 2019. So we're still a little ways off, but very excited about The Boys coming to Amazon. Fox Games has just acquired the rights for a new Alien video game, and they're going to try to make it a shooter, so that's cool. What's not cool is some more cancellations. Amazon, going back to Amazon. Amazon basically just wiped out its whole lineup but The Tick. I just told you they renewed The Tick for the second season. Well, they've also canceled One Mississippi, I Love Dick, and Jean-Claude Van Johnson. Oh, man, I'm bummed about this. And you know what? I'm sorry, Jean-Claude. This is probably because of me. I'll tell you, last year, the way Amazon does it is Amazon puts out pilots, and then they let the fans vote which one would you like to see turn into a full-fledged TV series. Well, I checked out The Tick. I was only so-so on it. That's why I haven't watched any more of it. But I did check out Jean-Claude Van Johnson, and I loved it. I loved it. But it was only the pilot, and I was like, man, I want this show now. Fast forward a year later, the new season of Jean-Claude Van Johnson just dropped back in December. I'm like, cool. Added it to my queue. I am ready to go. Well, I haven't even watched one episode of it. I've just been so damn busy, and there's so many other shows on. I have not had a chance to get into it. And I do plan to watch it, and I still will, even though it's canceled. But it makes me feel bad because I'm like, how many people are kind of in the boat like me that were excited to watch it and just haven't had a chance yet, and now Amazon's pulled the plug on it because no one's watching it. I have a good friend of mine that was so excited to watch this show as well and hasn't had a chance to start it yet either. So it's kind of like they jumped the gun too fast because the show hasn't even... This Jean-Claude Van Johnson hasn't even been out a month yet, and they've already pulled the plug on it. So it's a little quick. I'm sad. I really thought the concept was great, and I really liked it. And I will definitely make sure to check out this second season, not even the second season, first season, because all I've seen is a damn pilot. Because of the way Amazon does things, these other shows look kind of blah to me. But I really, really like Jean-Claude Van Johnson. So kind of crazy The Tick gets picked up, but Jean-Claude does not. So I'm sorry, Jean-Claude. I will watch the show. My apologies, good sir. Let's see here. We have the brand new trailer for Tomb Raider. I loved it. Plain and simple. It is a badass trailer. I have my fingers crossed that this turns out to be the video game movie adaptation we've been waiting for that does not suck. I really did dig this trailer. I loved it. If you haven't seen the trailer yet, go to our website, amiontheair.com, click on the trailers tab, and check it out. Mark Millar says he wants Tessa Thompson to be the new Kick-Ass. Yeah, he's got a new Kick-Ass comic coming out where it's a female Kick-Ass taking over the mantle. And he says, hey, if we adapt it, I would love Tessa Thompson to be it. I'm sure we all would. Tessa is, of course, Valkyrie in Thor Ragnarok, and she would be a kick-ass, no pun intended, kick-ass. Stanley Tucci has just joined the cast of A Private War, also starring Jamie Dornan, Rosamund Pike, and Tom Hollander. Josh Brolin compares playing Thanos to doing an experimental theater piece. Very interesting there. Amazon says that they're going to be shifting their resources away from indies in favor of big budget movies. Good. Amazon does too many artsy-fartsy films. Let's get in some big blockbusters there, Amazon. Let's step up your game, buddy. NBC has ordered the pilot for the new Bad Boys spinoff starring Gabrielle Union and executive produced by Jerry Bruckheimer. We talked about this a couple months ago on the show, that they were looking to do a spinoff for Gabrielle Union's character. Remember in the movie, she plays Martin Lawrence's sister, and they're going to have her come back, reprise her character, and do this spinoff show. So even though we're not getting a Bad Boys 3, I appreciate getting her in a nice little pilot for an NBC show. So I'll dig it. I'll watch it. And hey, I bet you we can get Martin to pop up on it, right? Let's have little bro pop up. I'm excited about this casting as well. Ron Cephas Jones is set to play the Wizard in Shazam. I love it. Ron Cephas Jones, of course, most recently was on the show This Is Us, and is just so good on that show. The dude is great in everything he does, but man, he killed it in This Is Us. So yeah, I'm very excited for him to play the Wizard, so congratulations there. Party of Five is getting a reboot, and they're going to do an immigration twist. Basically, it's going to be that the family, their parents get immigrated, back to Mexico. They get deported, and the kids got to try to carry on their own. Very interesting twist there. So there you have that. Justice League. We got some information here. It's finally being released on digital and Blu-ray, and yes, I unfortunately have to say there is no director's cut as of right now. There's no Zack Snyder cut. There's no Joss Whedon cut. It's just the theatrical cut. But yeah, that's the way it is. So Warner Brothers is releasing Justice League on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray Combo Pack and Blu-ray 3D Combo Pack, along with Blu-ray Combo Pack and DVD, all on March 13th. It will also be released digitally on February 13th, so a month earlier. It is going to be available in a lot of different formats and versions. It's got a ton of special features. From my understanding, is if you buy the movie at Walmart, you will get a bonus scene included in the movie, just one extra scene. I pre-ordered the steel case book from Best Buy, which is really cool. The cover is all done in a really cool drawing, very unique. So check that out. I've also pre-ordered it in 4K Ultra High Def on Vudu, so I could have the full 4K version. I love Justice League. I saw it 3 times in the theater, and I can't wait to watch it again. So, but hey, if the Walmart one is the only one that has the extra scene, I might have to go pick it up at Walmart as well. I'll own 3 copies of this movie. Why not? Let's see here. Thor Ragnarok is also up for pre-order right now as well, and I've also ordered that one in 4K on Vudu and got the Steelbook on pre-order through Best Buy. We have everything coming and going to Amazon Prime in February, so check that out. We have the Ash vs. the Evil Dead Season 3 trailer. Definitely check that out. I can't wait for that. Steve Rogers is set to be Nomad only in spirit in Avengers Infinity War. I know a lot of people are wondering, is he going to fully be Nomad in the upcoming movie? Just in spirit, supposedly. Ryan Johnson explains why the Knights of Ren weren't in The Last Jedi. He basically just said, I had no time for him, and there was nowhere to put him. So there's that. And we'll see if JJ brings it back in the next one. Danny Strong is set to write the script for Oliver. They're looking to make a new version of that. The untitled Men in Black spinoff gets a release date change. They're pushing that back a bit as they try to figure out what they're doing in the long term there, because I don't think they have any fucking clue. Billy Bob Thornton, Charlie Hunnam, and Carla Jury have joined the cast of A Million Little Pieces, also joining up with Aaron Taylor Johnson, who was previously reported. It looks like Netflix is going to be adapting Motley Crue's biopic book, The Dirt, into a movie, and they've just signed on Machine Gun Kelly. He's going to be playing Tommy Lee in the upcoming biopic film, which I love. I think this is great casting right here. I love Motley Crue, man, and The Dirt is a crazy book, and I'm super, super stoked to see that Netflix is going to be adapting it. Stephen Folsom has been chosen to write the script for Toy Story 4, so they're working on that. We have the Red Band trailer for Paramount Network's new Heathers TV series, which looks pretty bad. We also have the new trailer for Freeform's upcoming Mermaid series called Siren. Grownish has been renewed for Season 2 over on the Freeform Network. This, of course, is the spinoff of Blackish. I watched the pilot to Grownish, and it was pretty good. I will continue to check out the show. I was a fan of her on Blackish. I'm a big fan of Blackish, so I'm glad to see that she got her own spinoff, and they're actually making it work. So good to see it get not only a great first season, but a second season as well. The Freeform TV network is set to develop 2 new series called Cleopatra, and the other one's called Augs. So there you go. 2 new ones coming. Supposedly, Hasbro was looking at making this big movie universe, and right now it's saying that it looks like the ROM Space Knight and Mask properties in Hasbro are not going to be moving forward anytime soon. This bums me the hell out, because Mask especially is so theatrical. This movie would be so big if they could just do this damn thing. I don't understand the hesitation. I was so happy when we reported like a year ago that Hasbro was going to try to do this big movie universe, and now they're not moving forward with Mask, and it bums me the hell out. I had all the toys as a kid. It was such a unique concept, and I could see this doing so well on the big screen. Hopefully somebody comes in with a great pitch and steals the rights to it and just puts out their own damn thing. We have the full red band trailer for Super Troopers 2. It's pretty funny, by the way. Wasn't the biggest fan of the first one, but this one looks pretty damn funny. It comes out on April 20th. 420, get it? Joe McHale is going to be doing a new Netflix show, which is called The Joe McHale Show with Joe McHale on Netflix. Wow. Simon Pegg and Nick Frost are going to be teaming up for a new paranormal TV series called Truth Seekers. Legends of Tomorrow has officially added Keenan Lonsdale as a series regular. That's right. That means Kid Flash is coming to the Wave Rider. So that's pretty awesome, man. You know, they took a big hit on Legends of Tomorrow, losing Firestorm. You know, we lost Victor Garber, and then his other half of Franz Drama. He's left the show right now, which I don't know what the hell he's doing. I knew Victor was leaving, but I thought maybe storyline-wise they were just getting rid of the other dude, but it looks like they completely wrote out Firestorm. So they decided to move Keenan over and bring Flash to Legends of Tomorrow. This is perfect, because ever since Keenan became Kid Flash on the Flash TV series, it just never quite made sense. You know, it was like he was never good enough. He was never Barry. You know, he would try to do some stuff, but Barry always had to step in and save the day. And it just really killed the Wally West Kid Flash character. This is absolutely perfect. They kind of wrote off Kid Flash on Flash earlier this season. You have him pop up, feel his need, you know, it fills a void, and it gives him something to do by being a part of the team over on Legends. And now they can have a Flash. They can have somebody do some really cool stuff on the team. And I think it's a perfect addition. So, very smart move from the Legends of Tomorrow team, adding Kid Flash. Welcome to the team. And I love that he's going to be a series regular, so he is going to be a full-time member of the Wave Rider. All right, and in no shocker of news, John Wick 3 is bringing back Chad Stahelski to direct the film. You know, this was pretty much a given. Chad directed the first one, he directed the second one. Why would they switch gears on the third one? It didn't make any sense, so now they've confirmed it. Chad is coming back for Chapter 3. Duncan Jones' new movie, Mute, starring Alexander Skarsgård, is coming to Netflix. It is a new sci-fi passion project from Duncan Jones, and that'll be coming out later this year. We have the trailer, poster, and schedule for the final episodes of Star Wars Rebels that you can check out right now. This is a piece of information and a piece of news that I don't even know what to think about right now. So the other day, a teaser trailer popped up for this movie called Dundee. Basically all about the son of Crocodile Dundee. If you're wondering what the hell Crocodile Dundee is, you're probably way too young to understand that there was a movie in the 80s called Crocodile Dundee. There was actually two of them, about this Australian dude who came over to New York City, and, you know, hilarity ensued, but he was this dude from the outback in Australia. So this trailer comes out called Dundee, and it basically is all about the son of Crocodile Dundee, and the son is played by none other than Danny McBride. And I'm like, watching this teaser trailer, and I'm thinking to myself, is this real? Because first of all, I do this show every week. I know all the news. How did this movie get made? And none of us knew it was coming. Like, nobody knew. This was a shocker to the entire entertainment industry when this trailer came out. Not only that they were going to make this movie, but that the movie is done and it comes out this summer. Something seems weird here. It's a little teaser trailer. He's just standing on top of a mountain and he's like, oh, you think that's a knife? This is a knife. Ha ha ha, Dundee. So I look into it a little bit more, and there's a lot of confusion online. A lot of people say it's real. A lot of people say it's fake. Some people are saying this is some kind of Super Bowl stunt. That's going to be this mock commercial that's for the Super Bowl. I have no idea where they're going with this. But I'll tell you, now I want this movie. So I hope it's not a joke, because I want to see Dundee. Basically, the premise is that his dad has been taken captive in Australia, but Danny McBride, as his son, was born in New York. So he's the son of Crocodile Dundee, but he's never been to Australia. And now he has to go to Australia to save his dad. And then the funny thing is, we're wondering, is this movie even real or not? And then this morning, another teaser trailer dropped. And this one has Chris Hemsworth in it. Thor himself, who of course is Australian. And he's standing on the side of the road with a sign that says Dundee. And a bus pulls up and Danny McBride gets off. And he's like, are you Dundee? And he's like, yeah, that's me. And he's like, really? And he's like, yeah, that's me. And he's like, really? And he's like, why do you keep asking me that? And it's a pretty funny back and forth. And now there's like a poster with Chris Hemsworth and Danny McBride saying that they're both a part of this movie now officially. And that Chris Hemsworth character is the son of another character from the original Crocodile Dundee movie. And he's going to be like the tour guide to bring Danny McBride around Australia. Once again, if this thing's fake, I'm going to be really sad, because at this point, I really want this Dundee movie with Danny McBride and Chris Hemsworth for sure. So, I hope this isn't a joke, but a big piece of me thinks this really is going to be a joke, because I don't know how this movie flew under the radar this much. Supposedly, the real Crocodile Dundee, Paul Hogan, is coming back for this film as well. If it is a real film, I don't know, man. I'm so confused. We'll keep you posted on it with what we find out. But as of right now, check out those teaser trailers if you haven't seen them. They're damn hilarious. So, yes, there's a third Cloverfield movie coming out. Yes, they keep pushing it back. It was supposed to come out last year. Then it was supposed to come out in January. Then it was supposed to be February. Now it's in April. It stays all over the place. But, we just hit the 10th anniversary of the original Cloverfield film. And then a viral marketing promo kind of came out and didn't really give anything away, but they're starting to make movement now on this film. The 28 Weeks Later director is in talks with Disney to make a live-action Sword in the Stone movie. So another one that they're looking to turn into a full-on live-action film there. Jordan Peele says that he's done with acting. He quoted as saying, Daniel Day-Lewis and I are both out. So... oh, man, sucks, man. He's so funny, dude. I hate that he's saying that, but, I guess he wants to go full-time director there, so there you have that. Ken Watanabe is joining Ryan Reynolds in the Detective Pikachu movie. Steven Spielberg's next film may be Indiana Jones 5. He's looking to start getting ready and move forward with that. Paddington 2 sets the record as the best-reviewed movie on Rotten Tomatoes now. Yep, it's got 100%. Craziness. I didn't even think the movie was that good, but it's the best reviewed movie on Rotten Tomatoes. Get Out co-star Lil Ray Howery is set to headline a new Fox sitcom pilot. He's getting his own Fox comedy, and they've ordered the pilot already, so very cool there. He was hilarious and really a big standout on Get Out, and also is a standout on the Gerard Carmichael show. We have everything wrong with Lego Ninjago, so check that out if you haven't seen that one. The show The Crown over on Netflix is in talks with Paul Bettany to possibly play Prince Philip, so they're in talks right there for it. We have your winners for the 2018 Producers Guild Awards. Let's see here. Sorry. Tracee Ellis Ross is in negotiations over her Blackish pay. I guess it came out once again. We keep talking about pay equality, and she does not get paid as much as Anthony Anderson to carry that show. So she's kind of going to war with them over it. So we'll see what she ends up getting over there, man. Congratulations to her for pushing, and wish her the best of luck for sure. One Tree Hill and Spaceballs. One Tree Hill is heading to Hulu in February. Spaceballs out. Let's see here. We have your full list of the Screen Actors Guild Awards. Yes, the SAG Awards. We have a full list there. Not going to really get into it. The funny thing is that honestly, the winners to the SAG Awards were pretty much exactly what went down on the Golden Globes a couple weeks ago, and I'm not joking. It literally is category for category the Golden Globes. Everything that won there won at the SAG Awards last night. Just saying. Just saying. Razzies. Yes, the Razzies came out this morning. I'll take a second to run down the damn Razzies. I don't agree with this award show. It's the 38th annual Razzie Awards, of course, nominating the best of the worst in 9 categories. And a lot of times they're just being really silly because there's way worse movies out there than these right here. So the winners of the Razzies will be announced the day before the Oscars on March 3rd. And here you go. Worst Picture, the nominees are Baywatch, The Emoji Movie, 50 Shades Darker, The Mummy, and Transformers: The Last Night. Worst Actress is Katherine Heigl for Unforgettable, Dakota Johnson for 50 Shades Darker, Jennifer Lawrence for Mother, Tyler Perry for Boo 2 and Medea Halloween, and Emma Watson for The Circle. Worst Actor for Tom Cruise in The Mummy, Johnny Depp for Pirates of the Caribbean, Jamie Dornan for 50 Shades Darker, Zac Efron for Baywatch, and Mark Wahlberg for both Daddy's Home 2 and Transformers: Last Night. That's kind of fucked up to nominate him for 2 movies. He was good in Daddy's Home 2, by the way. Worst Supporting Actor, Javier Bardem for Mother and Pirates of the Caribbean, Russell Crowe for The Mummy, Josh Duhamel for Transformers, Mel Gibson for Daddy's Home 2, and Anthony Hopkins for Collide and Transformers. Once again, bullshit, because Mel Gibson was the shining light of Daddy's Home 2. He stole the show and should not be nominated for a Worst Supporting Actor category. Stop it. Worst Supporting Actress, Kim Basinger for 50 Shades, Sophia Boutella for The Mummy, Laura Haddock for Transformers, Goldie Hawn for Snatch, and Susan Sarandon for A Bad Mom's Christmas. Sophia Boutella was fantastic in The Mummy, so they need to shut the fuck up. Worst Screen Combo, any combination of 2 characters, 2 sex toys, or 2 sexual positions for 50 Shades Darker. That's pretty funny, I have to say. Any combination of 2 humans, 2 robots, or 2 explosions for Transformers: Last Night. Any 2 obnoxious emojis for The Emoji Movie. Johnny Depp in his worn-out drunk routine for Pirates of the Caribbean. And Tyler Perry in either the ratty old dress or the worn-out wig for Boo 2 and Medea Halloween. The way they broke down that category is pretty damn funny. Worst Remake, Ripoff, or Sequel. Baywatch, Boo 2, 50 Shades Darker, The Mummy, and Transformers: Last Night. Worst Director, Darren Aronofsky for Mother, Michael Bay for Transformers, James Foley for 50 Shades Darker, Alex Kurtzman for The Mummy, and Anthony Leodis for The Emoji Movie. And last, Worst Screenplay, Baywatch, The Emoji Movie, 50 Shades Darker, The Mummy, and Transformers: The Last Night. So, you see they pick on the same 5 movies pretty much the whole time. Like I said, there's way worse movies that have come out. They seem to just like to grab onto the blockbusters. And yeah, it is what it is, I guess. So that new Cloverfield movie that's coming out, there was a little video that kind of got posted today, and it said Cloverfield Station on it, which might have given away what the new mystery name is. We have no idea what this movie's even called. We haven't seen a trailer. We haven't seen any footage. We haven't seen anything about it. But we know every movie likes the Cloverfield name, right? The first movie was Cloverfield. Then we had 12 Cloverfield Lane. Now it looks like we will have Cloverfield Station. So as things are starting to ramp up here, I'm going to expect a trailer to drop probably within the next week. Marvel's Cloak and Dagger, their first episode. You could take a special sneak peek at it. We got it posted up right now. The show will premiere on June 7th over on the Freeform network. Peter Jackson is making a World War I film for the BBC. Wonder Woman 2 will be the first to enforce the PGA anti-sexual harassment policies that just went into effect. Incredibles 2 has just announced a couple new actors, voice actors and characters for the upcoming movie. Timeless Season 2 will debut in March. Natalie Portman is set to host SNL in February. Congratulations to Camila Cabello, who claims the top spots on both the Billboard 200 and the Hot 100. Man, that is awesome. Congratulations to her. We got a What We Do in the Shadows TV series coming, as FX has just ordered a pilot. So congratulations to that. As we all know, that is a funny-ass movie from Taika Waititi that you can stream online right now. So funny to see that getting turned into an FX show. Be curious to see how that one pans out. The Infinity War directors hope that Thanos will be Darth Vader for the next generation. That's pretty cool. So that's some big, big shoes to fill there. Come on, Thanos. Let's see if you can do it. We got a Clue reboot. Yes, Clue is getting remade. The writers of the Deadpool movies are actually writing it. And not only that, Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool himself, is set to star in the new film. So, there you go. Clue reboot set over at Fox with the Deadpool writers and Ryan Reynolds set to star. Clue, baby. I like it. Netflix has ordered a new limited series called Unbelievable from Aaron Brockovich writer. We have director of Red Sparrow, Francis Lawrence, addressing everybody's comparisons of Black Widow to the new Red Sparrow movie, and it's funny to see him try to explain that one out. And lastly, the biggest piece of news that just dropped today is that John Cena, yeah, you know him, you can't see me, John Cena from the WWE, doing a lot of acting as of late. He's been signed on to a lot of roles, and he is in talks to play the lead role in a new upcoming film based on the video game Duke Nukem. That's right, Duke Nukem. Oh yeah. Duke Nukem looking to get a movie. John Cena, I can dig it. John Cena looks like Duke Nukem. You might as well. So there you go, my friends. That is the news of the last week. Wow, we ran longer than we normally do. We're hitting right at that hour mark. Let's do our new releases this week, talk box office, and we'll wrap this baby up. Out on DVD and Blu-ray tomorrow is going to be Jigsaw, Geostorm, Thank You for Your Service, Goodbye Christopher Robin, and The Killing of a Sacred Deer. In theaters this Friday is going to be the new Maze Runner, The Death Cure, and Hostels. And here's your box office. Coming in number 10, it's Forever My Girl. That was a debut. Very poor debut. Number 10, the new Nicholas Sparks film, Forever My Girl, bringing in $4.7 million. Number 9, Insidious: The Last Key, bringing in $5.9 million. Number 8, Star Wars: The Last Jedi, bringing 6.6. Number 7, The Commuter, bringing 6.7. Number 6, Paddington 2, bringing 8.2. Number 5, The Greatest Showman, bringing in $11 million. Number 4 is The Post, bringing in 12.2. Here's we get into a couple new releases. Coming in number 3, it's the one I reviewed earlier, Den-of-Thieves, bringing in $15.3 million. At number 2, another debut, Chris Hemsworth's new film, 12 Strong, bringing in 16.5. And in number 1 again for the third week in a row, the film's been out over a month and it's still chugging along. Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle brings in another $20 million in like its 6th week of release. That is insane. Number 1, 3 weeks in a row, the film has made over $300 million domestically, almost $800 million worldwide. This thing just will not stop. Congratulations to The Rock and his team. Jumanji killing it at number 1 once again. I hope to see 12 Strong this weekend. When we went to the theater last week, it was really down to Den-of-Thieves or 12 Strong. Which one do we do? We picked Den-of-Thieves. But I'm looking very forward to seeing 12 Strong. Glad to see it debut as well as it did at number 2. Good for Chris Hemsworth, who seems to struggle outside of the Thor franchise. So I'm glad to see him get a little win here. And, nothing, I'm not interested in the Maze Runner, and I'm not interested in Hostiles. So I will be checking out 12 Strong this weekend, and I'll have a review for you on the next episode for that. So there you have it, my friends. That is the latest and greatest. That is our show here tonight. We're going to wrap this baby up. Thanks for chilling with me for the last hour. Thank you so much. Make sure you check out our official webpage at amiontheair.com. That's where you can listen to the show. You can check out all the great trailers we've talked about are all right there on our website. I categorize them all up. You can just go one-stop shop, check out all the latest and greatest trailers. You can listen to our Am I Still in the Air spin-off episodes. You can check out movie reviews, box office, everything is right there, amiontheair.com. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/amiontheair. You can follow us on Twitter at amiontheair. You can follow me on Twitter at DX Don Mega. And, of course, you can subscribe to us on iTunes. We're available. Download, rate, subscribe. Please leave us a rating. Would love to hear from you guys, what you think. If iTunes ain't your thing, you can get us on Google Play Music. We're on Stitcher. We're on Spreaker. We're on TuneIn. So we're on all your major podcast sites. We also put up an audio version on our YouTube page. So subscribe to us on YouTube. YouTube.com/AmIOnTheAir. And you can always listen there as well. Of course, we're on Instagram, so follow us on Instagram. Follow me on Stardust. Like I said, lots of great reviews there. Just follow Don Mega on the Stardust app. And like I said, our great affiliates over at reddragonsradio.com. Couple brand new podcasts on there. We got Hush, which is a new adult-themed sex talk kind of podcast. You can check out Hush. You can also check out Possessed Radio, which is very cool. It's all about horror-based topics. We have a Twilight Zone review. Lots of big stuff. Lots of new podcasts joining the Red Dragons Radio Network. So on top of all the other great stuff we got going. So head on over to reddragonsradio.com. Check it out. Follow on Twitter at Red Dragons Radio so you'll always know what's going down with all the great podcasts on there. That'll do it for me once again tonight, y'all. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you all have a great week. Don't work too hard. And until next time, y'all. Peace.
Bye, everybody.
Red Dragon!
Red Dragon.